so many laundry streams in a row. It's not the intention. I want to make some like dedicated sit down topic videos, but when the laundry is done, we do the laundry vlog, and sometimes it goes like that. I'm Rex the dog. It's a laundry vlog. This is what we do. I hope you've been enjoying sort of I'm experimenting with a couple of new things on the YouTube channel recently. We've been putting on the shorts, like answering questions and stuff like that. I hope they're kind of interesting enough. I'm guessing the fact I'm still getting questions is, maybe people care. So the shorts, that's been kind of cool. The stream's been continuing as usual. We've been doing the art streams every day. We've done that consistently for nearly 2 weeks now, of 90 minutes to 2 hours of art study and practice every day. I'm feeling really motivated, and confident in that this is gonna really get me somewhere. Now, I'll talk a little bit about today and kind of relate that back to that sort of idea. Today's been a bit intense. I'll go in reverse. We did a 2.5 hour, was it 2.5 hours? I think it was 2.5 hours. It was at least 2 hours. I think it was a 2.5 hour art stream there, where I started to learn about, perspective and vanishing points and all that, and did the homeworks and then sketched some references that you guys sent me. If you send me stuff, especially if you do it on Twitter, that's the easiest way to reach me, or the Discord server. I'll doodle those in the art practice, and over time those doodles will get better, so you might even end up with some 5 out of 10 art, you know what I mean? But so I did a 2.5 hour art stream. Before that, in terms of my carpentry and stuff, I've been working on a bowl for a skate park. I've learned a lot doing that, and kind of relating a lot of the ideas of 3D and planes and all that stuff back to the art, And I also did a 31 kilometer run, or 31.5 kilometer run this morning, and I got a new PR in the 30K, which I'm really, really happy about. Now, that got me thinking, right? Because I was running a lot before, right? So last year and the year before, I was running a lot. But when I had my surgery on my back at the end of last year, I stopped running. I started really focusing on just sort of bulking, and then so I was a lot bigger, a lot heavier, and with just a lot worse cardio at the start of this year. So when my buddy started a run club, and he was like, please come to my run club because nobody's going to be there, I went to that run club and I ran for the first time in maybe 6 months, right? And I'm coming off a back surgery. I'm a lot bigger. And I haven't been running for 6 months or whatever. And so it was an easy 5K run, 5 kilometer run. It wasn't particularly at a particularly high pace. It was an easy run. I tapped out in that that run at 4 kilometers. I could only run 4 kilometers. I was like, you guys go ahead. I was holding up the whole group anyway. So I was making everybody go slower. And then I got to 4 kilometers and I was like, I quit. I was like, I can't do this anymore. That was February, and then today, 8 months later, less than 8 months later, I'm getting a pretty, for a sort of, regular dude, I'm getting a pretty damn, for my age, non-pro athlete, pretty competitive 30 kilometer time today, so pretty fast, and that made me think oh whoa, I made all that progress in 8 months, and why? Because I've been deliberately practicing it and making it a priority and analyzing what I'm doing, what did I eat beforehand, what was my rest, what was my whatever, and making all these sorts of adjustments, taking on board, advice from coaches and whatever. And I'm a pretty damn good runner now, We've got the marathon coming up, we've got the Half Ironman coming up, and blah, 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 blah. That's 8 months. And that got me thinking about the art stuff of just oh, hey, I keep at this and I keep being consistent, and then we can expect those same sorts of results. So in 8 months or whatever of the art, I think this is going to be something pretty damn good. Now, when it comes to running, I think that something really helped me there is I use an application called Strava, there's Adidas Run, there's, Nike Run, there's other things. but I use Strava, which is basically just like a social media for running, and it posts your runs on, and it just provides for me at least kind of like this level of accountability that like I know that all my other friends who are training are gonna see if I'm putting in the effort or not. It's not about who's got the best time or whatever, or who's like the fastest. It's just like I'm showing that I'm willing to like put in the effort. You know what I mean? And I feel that like that's the same that level of like eyes being on me. And it's not about making everything in my life public, but it's about not working in a vacuum. I think not working in a vacuum is something that really, really helps me and helps my drive and helps me get like feedback from people, because like people see my runs and they're like, oh cool, and I see their runs and I'm like, oh cool, and somebody stops running a bit and it's not like being on their back, but it's like, oh dude, why aren't you running or whatever, and you know, and it's kind of like self-motivating and self-accountability and whatever. And I feel doing the art on the streams is very, very similar to that, because it's not about like people, you know, me posting a finished piece of work and going like, oh hey, look at this work, whatever. It's about me broadcasting my practice and being like accountable for my practice and really thinking deeply about my practice, because it's the practice that makes me better. It's not about the finished piece of work. I don't know, those 2 points are kind of linking in my head, and I think I've got wider ideas to speak upon about broadcasting your process, broadcasting your effort, and not working in a vacuum, and getting involved with other people. And that's kind of the aim with the, as I've said in the previous laundry vlog, with the Discord server. And if you do jump in the Discord server and you jump in like the intro section, I've kind of wrote that sort of idea in my intro. Let's just pick this up now. Let's just do a little bit of this. We've never done this in a laundry vlog. We're approaching new grounds. Let me actually just read out what I said on the Discord. I said, hello, I'm Rex. I run the server, which is an extension of my YouTube channel / streams community. The idea I'm trying to develop with the server is a place for people to come together to discuss hobbies, but also be a place for learning, where we can share our work and resources and give feedback and motivation to support each other, learning and developing skills, and using them to both create and appreciate the works of others is the driving force of my life. Would love this community to be people who share the same mindset as me. If you're a creator or someone who appreciates what others create or want to learn to create different things, I'd love this to be a space that welcomes and supports all and allows them to be listened to. Feedback always welcome. That's my MO, man. That's where I'm existing at the moment. And that's where I feel really sort of like passionate and motivated about at the moment. And I just want to develop that more here on the channel, here on the Discord, wherever I am existing. I want to be sort of propagating that message, and I want to seek the wisdom and the help of you guys and help other people as much as I can as well, so we can just like make bad ass stuff. More coming. I'm working it out, okay? There's more coming.